the Yorkshire Cup. Steve Lair, the fullback, just missing the ball there. Steve Lair recently retired, so he tells me, from the police force. He was stationed in Morley, good friend of John Bentley's. So Hunslet not having feeding in the final of this competition for many years now. They'll be looking to put one over on Leeds. The Leeds side who have been disappointing this season, to say the least. Well, here come Leeds now. Ellery Hanley and the mascot leading the team out. Nice to see Ellery having a word with the mascot there. She's absolutely delighted today. The Leeds need to get on winning ways, and what a chance this is for them after that disappointing start to this season at Halifax and at home here to St Helens, where Leeds seemingly had the game in the bag at three-quarter time and then just to let the opposition run away with it at the end of the game. So I'll run through the teams for you. For Leeds, Alan Tate is at full-back, Vince Fawcett, Carl Gibson, Craig Innes, who passed the fitness test, and Jim Fallon to the three-quarters, Gary Stevens and Gary Schofield the halves, Sean Wayne, Colin Maskill, Paul Dixon. The front row, Andy Goodway, Mike O'Neill and Ellery Hanley make up the back three, with Mick Waller dropping down a substitute and Steve Malloy is the other substitute. It's interesting to note there, Gareth Stevens in for his first full game of the season for Andy Gregory. So for Hunslet then, they line up with Stephen Lay at full-back, Jason Wright, Andrew Bartliff, Paul Beath and Richard Francis, formerly of Bradford, the three-quarters, David Brook and James Laws, the halves, Andy Precious, Roy Sampson, the captain, is at hooker, Ian Rose, Paul Rees, John McKelvey, Keith Mitchell, Phil Burrow and Keith Bell. That's the 15 for Hunslet. Keith Bell, very experienced player, assistant coach down at Hunslet, and he's been around the rugby league scene for a long time, played many years at Featherstone Rovers. And the captain then, and made the press for the wrong reasons the last few weeks. Roy Sampson, he was the captain of Carlton in the Leeds League, and in the Epworth Cup final, that's at cricket I'm talking about now, in the Epworth Cup final he was accused of cheating. He led his men off the field, and the right to do about it, and such that Carlton have been banned from the competition for a number of seasons as a result. So I'm sure it was all really meant in good spirit, and let's hope that there's nothing like that goes on in today's game. So the referee just telling the mascot to throw up the coin, and there it is. Well, they're only just having a laugh about that. We've got to throw it again. At the third attempt we get the throw, and the referee's giving the little girl the coin. Well, that's always nice to see, because the young supporters here, the lifeblood of Leeds, and Ellery Hanley just having a word there with the little girl. That's lovely to see. So Leeds are going to be playing from left to right as you look at it, and Leeds always favour playing towards the old dressing room ends, and the pavilion looking very derelict at the moment. Wonderful when it's finished. And Gary Schofield about to get the game underway. And Leeds, as I say, really need a victory today to offset the mounting criticism that's been coming their way in the last few weeks. Labels such as ponderous and slow and too old. And I'm sure Doug Lawton's team have got a lot up their sleeve for the rest of this season. They'd love to win the Yorkshire Cup. They won that tremendous final against Castleford in 1988. That's the last time they've appeared there. And of course, Castleford the Olders out in the first round this season. So a good tackle there coming in straight away from Dixon. Hunslet just working that ball away. That was number 10, Ian Rose. He's signed from Ossett. And it's only his second game, but already he's made a big impression. Rob Pickles telling me he'd seen him last week, and he drove the ball in well and hard. And Sampson looking to move the ball around now. And the kickers chasers are downtown for the kick, and Alan Tate will have to run back and pick that up. It's Tate now. What can he do? He takes the tackle. Andy Bartliff up quickly on him. Jim Fallon coming in field, learning every week. Jim Fallon, what it's like to be a rugby league professional. Dixon certainly taking some pulling down in the early stages. Gareth Stevens, oh, that's Sean Wayne through the gap. Back for Tate to put the kick in, and that's floated nicely over the top. And that finds good touch deep in the Hunslet quarter, which of course marked out now in the new 10-metre grids. So all the taps are now on the 20-metre mark, and the days of the 22 and the 25 have gone. So James Laws Oh, Hunslet there making a break. That's good play. And David Brook it was at 6. A good tackle coming in from the half-backs there. A penalty there for a tackle deemed to be above shoulder height. Mr. Crashley, the referee. And that ball finds touch just inside the Leeds half of the field. So Sampson with the tap. And Lawes will spread that ball out. Looking for runners. Tremendous player, James Lawes. I remember him playing Hunslet Parkside as a junior, 15-year-old. It's a tremendous prospect even then. Filled out considerably, as you'd expect. Been at Hunslet for the last few seasons, doing really well. Good footballer. That's got to be crossing there. Miss move. Didn't come off on us. Smile there. And Paul Rees, one of the Australians in the Hunslet side. So Schofield finds touch. Sean Wayne trying to knock men off and driving forward. Ball moving across in the back straight away. Pass, Schofield's pass finds Innes, and Innes is pushing men off. And a well-led of tackling, bringing him down right far out there on the touchline side. Fallon losing Alan Tate. Andy Goodway. They'll take men on. Andy Goodway, what a tremendous athlete. And well to come back from the two broken arms. Schofield running around there. That's Hanley out wide. Schofield looking for men. Finds Dixon. This is good play using Vince Fawcett as a foil there, but Dixon's finally brought down onto the last tackle. Leeds deep in the Hunslet quarter. Schofield again chips over. And Hunslet collecting safely there. Enterprising play there from Leeds, moving the ball out at every opportunity. Steve Leigh. Hunslet again trying to move that ball away, and Leeds will be well content to keep them penned in that 20-metre zone. Oh, and a good tackle again as Sampson tries to go from acting half. But up to the last tackle, that ball will be back for the kicker. An attempted charge down by Maskill's not successful, but that ball should spin out to Vince Fawcett. Leeds once again on the attack. Fawcett taking men on. Stevens has a run himself. And Mike O'Neill, short ball there. And Mike O'Neill reverting today to his second row position that he enjoyed for many years at Widnes. Schofield. Switch there, and it's a good tackle there from James Lawes. We're up to the last tackle, and Leeds have actually lost ground in that set of 6. Schofield again moving the ball out. Fallon taking men on the outside. This could be a try. Yes, that's a try there to Jim Fallon, his first for Leeds and his first in Rugby League, and he'll be absolutely delighted. That's what Dougie Lawton signed him for, to take men on the outside and score in the corner, and he's done just that. That's tremendous try and a good start for Jim Fallon. 6 minutes gone. And Schofield is again assume the kicking duties. That's a high spinning kick, and it's for Gareth Stevens, who takes that well and with confidence. Tate. Stepping men there, Alan Tate. Good tackle from Bartlett. Good way. Oh, that's a lovely ball, and again Tim Fallon in space. Up to halfway, lovely ball from Craig Innes. Stevens finds Schofield. Dixon. Force it now, that's good play. Leeds moving that ball, Tate. Going on the outside, Tate kicks inside, and Schofield, will he collect this and score? It's going to be a try to Gary Schofield, yes! It's a try there, the second try of the game to Gary Schofield. Enterprising follow-up play and a good kick there. Well, Leeds on the score sheet twice there, straight from the kick-off. That's good play. After Fallon and move that ball up. On the outside, the ball was whipped across. Dixon did tremendously well to pick up the ball and put Fawcett on a run. Fawcett inside past to Alan Tate, and Tate, of course, chipping over just as he was going in, and Schofield ever on hand to support the man with a break, and nice to Ellen Hanley there as well. Schofield dribbling the ball over the line, falling on it, so that's just the start that Leeds wanted. He fell on the ball for a great try for Leeds, and Schofield only needed 4 tries at the start of this game for 100 for Leeds. Well, he only needs 3 now. It's been a tremendous performance since he came here in 1987. Stevens looks for runners, decides to go himself. Playing 10 minutes or so now on Leeds. Well on their way, I would think, to victory in this game. Sean Wayne, and again Goodway, and no support for Andy Goodway there. Just struggles with that ball, and that slowed his momentum down. Schofield with a kick. Hunslet have a substitute on, it's number 14, Gilberto. He's running across the field, and a good tackle there from Stevens and Hanley. Maskell marshalling his defence. One of the great talkers of the game is Colin Maskell on the field. It's important that players keep talking to each other. His defence is coming across in numbers there now, and Steve Lay bumping men off from full-back. Again, that's deemed to be a high tackle. On Stephen Lay. So Paul Crashley decided Paul Dixon was the culprit. And not finding touch, that's a cardinal sin there. Alan Tate with the ball, dummying, going himself. Hanley finds Andy Goodway. Stevens again, Schofield. Oh, that's quick passing there, and Dixon stepping back into trouble. Schofield pushing off men, going himself, Wayne, Goodway, draws the man, lovely there. Carl Gibson stretching his legs off, he's got Hanley inside him and Fawcett outside him, and the ball is clamped there, he couldn't do either. So Hanley will get Tate on a run, and Schofield. Innes. Inside for Fallon. Pass too hard for Fallon, and finally Mike O'Neill cleans up and sets off down like a 3/4. Stevens again. Oh, this is good football from Leeds. Paul Dixon keeping that ball alive, not letting it die. Schofield again, run around now with Hanley. Oh, that's good way through a gap a mile wide, and Schofield looping for the return. Gibson again. Should be a try here for Fawcett, and Fawcett couldn't take the pass, and so that move breaking down, but good football there and good stuff from Leeds, keeping the ball alive. So Hunslet have heading ball at the scrum. James Lowes will work it. And Hanley breaking quickly from the scrum, bringing him down. Ian Rose there felt the weight of that tackle. a big jump from the amateur game up to the professional ranks, and Ian Rose will know what it's like now. And James Lawes clamped man and ball there by Andy Goodway. So 5 down, last tackle. The kick comes in, spinning there in the wind, and breeze that is this afternoon just held that ball up. Fawcett will run across field. Takes play back up to the 20. Well, that's got to be a penalty there. Referee, it was tugged out of Andy Goodway's hands by a player in an offside position, but Hunslet have a chance to attack here. Just outside the Leeds 22. Steve laying the line. Couldn't get the ball away there. Looking to offload, but Gibson had him wrapped up. Paul Rees. Rose again. He's certainly the organiser for this Hunslet side. And the Leeds defence moving over, and they could be caught out on the outside here. And O'Connor's the referee. Hunslet had the overlap, couldn't use the ball to good effect. Final pass being put down by the substitute there, Phil Beddoes. Headingley picking up from the base of the scrum, strigging men off. Fallon will go himself. Had a bit of a confidence shake last week, Jim Fallon. It's a penalty to Leeds. Had a bit of a confidence jerker, Jim Fallon there, losing that ball at Halifax as he was moving away from a scrum. Ball popping out and straight into the arms of David Cooper. Gary Schofield kicks up towards our position. So that's Line's touch. Just 5 or so metres inside the Leeds half, and Sean Wayne it will be that will drive the ball in. Almost through there. That's good running there from the big prop. Mike O'Neill goes himself from acting half. Just Leeds pinching yards as they move up the field. Dixon. Hanley again now. The Leeds 4 drives on the forwards, and now we'll see the ball moved out through the backs. Stevens will give it to Schofield, who just takes that ball on the burst there, just floating that ball back out to Stevens. That's good play. Tate stretching his legs, and that's put Hanley over for a try. A high tackle coming in on Ollie Hanley as he was touching down. As Richard Francis deemed to be the culprit. 17 minutes gone, and Leeds already have their 3rd try of the afternoon on board. The referee had a word there with the Hunslet player. And Hanley just walking back. So Alan Tate having a hand in 2 of the first 3 Leeds tries. So Leeds 14. Hunslet 0, 18 minutes gone. And Leeds well on the way to tomorrow night's draw for the second round of the Yorkshire Cup, and Leeds must be hopeful of making progress. Some big guns gone out of this competition already. Castleford and Halifax notably on Friday evening against Sheffield. Carl Gibson, and of course Leeds have got Kevin Aire to bolster this squad when he arrives next Wednesday. Mike O'Neill. Well, that's good tackling from Hunslet there, clamping Mike O'Neill up, who was obviously looking to offload the ball. Hunslet having none of that. Stevens goes himself, running into trouble there, running into a Keith Mitchell tackle. He was very brave, the youngster. That ball's going to find touch. So wise Richard Francis, who caught in 2 minds there, I think, decided to let it run without attempting to take it. So James Lowes works the scrum. 4th success so far for Hunslet, bringing Richard Francis in there. A good tackle from Schofield. Caught offside. Carl Gibson. So Hunslet taking a quick tap over to catch Leeds. Out there. Andy Barcliffe. Sandy Precious, who's brought down to earth with a bump. Samson looks for runners, finds Lowes. Lowes will put the kick in. And this time he's going to find touch, James Lowes. 15 metres inside the Leeds half of the field. Coming up to the halfway point in this first half, and Leeds leading by those 14 points to 0, courtesy of the 3 tries. Fallon, Schofield and Hanley, and the 1 Schofield conversion from Gareth Stevens. Feeds a scrum, gets a penalty for his pains. Let's see what the referee decides. Packing down before the referee has said so. So Schofield will find touch. And Dixon on the burst. It's good play from Dixon there. He was really running when he took that ball. Has a run himself, puts his shoulder into the tackle. Taking play into the middle of the field now. Maskell, look for runners, finds Hanley. Hanley looking to move there with Gareth Stevens. Stevens switching, trying to go himself. Wrapped up. Man and ball. Leeds just keeping it tight there, wearing the Hunslet forwards down. Schofield again. Off there, finds. A penalty there, offside. Penalty there, that's 4th penalty for them this afternoon. Oh, that's picked up there by Hanley. Hanley in good position for that there. Innes. All gone behind Fallon again, but Fallon will use his strength. In fact, he's caught there and brought down, so Leeds losing ground. Sean Wayne over halfway again. Dixon. Some head-eye tackling coming in on Paul Dixon there. The referee is his wisdom decided to let that go. Maskell. Long ball out there to Tate in the line. Tate goes himself. Lovely ball there from Alan Tate. Now Gibson again. Caught in 2 minds there. They were able to use Hanley Orvins for it and wrapped up. A bit of fortune there in Hunslet coming up with possession there. That was a definite offside at the play of the ball. Knocked back there, Ian Rose from Ossett. Melanie Hanley as usual getting through a large amount of tackling. Jimmy Lowes. And Hunslet rather predictably keeping it tight. Using Lowes on the 4th and 5th tackle to kick that ball downfield. So Alan Tate again with that ball. Stevens. Good way. Sean Wayne. Schofield again now at first receiver, Stevens. It's a lovely ball to Innes. Fallon takes that in his stride. Fallon got the legs. Inside ball there to Ellery Hanley. I think Jim Fallon would probably have scored himself, but making sure of Hanley going in under the post. Only 5 minutes gone of this game then. And Jim Fallon unselfishly there didn't take the man on, put the ball inside for Ellery Hanley. And Hanley scoring under the post and putting Leeds 18 points to 0 in the lead as we approach the 30th minute. Hanley, what a tremendous player he is, in support there all the time. Schofield with what for him should be a simple conversion. It is indeed. 20 points to 0. Just watch that again there, the ball moved out from Stevens to Innes. Innes' pass taken by Fallon on the outside, stretched his legs, looked like he could beat the fullback coming across, but unselfishly passed inside there for Ellery Hanley to go round underneath the post. The Leeds have a substitution, Paul Dixon going off and being replaced by Steve Malloy. And James Lowe's in that familiar role again of kicking off for Hunslet this afternoon. Mike O'Neill. Fawcett. Lyle losing possession there in his first touch of the ball. Rose again. They're certainly living up to what I was told that he'd take the ball up all day. He's not liking to drive in, isn't he, in Rose? Lowe's. Stretching his legs there, that's good running there from Andy Bartliff. Lay. Finding Brook. Lowe's going himself. That ball down. One take there, that's good play from Schofield, looking immediately to move the ball. Mr. Cashley there unsided, giving play on, but the touch was telling him that the Hunslet player knocked on. So head and ball to Leeds. But the referee, I think, has changed his mind there and given the head and ball to Hunslet. Lowe's. John McKelvey. Taking play. The first time Hunslet been in possession in the Leeds 20-metre area. Andy Precious. In that ball strongly. Oh, that's a great run there. Oh, and a good tackle from Alan Tate. Split the Leeds defence wide open, and Hunslet now. And have scored. Hunslet on the board, and they'll be delighted with that. A pass a mile forward there. But Leeds stretched in the minute, the big second row forward. Paul Rees went onto the ball. A good tackle by Alan Tate prevented a try. So Hunslet finally getting on the board. In the 29th minute. So the kick coming in. Left-footed kicker slots that over, so it's 20 points to 6. And that's Precious who's converted it. So what's that again there on the replay? Lovely run, frontal pass from James Law, sent the big second row man running through. It was tackled just short and the ball moved quickly. And the pass, which looked a mile forward, enabled the Hunslet backman Keith Mitchell to get over. So 20 points to 6 then, 28 minutes gone. Bartliff. Good tackle there from Jim Fallon. So that was Craig Innes. And McKelvey there just using his weight to take him out of the first clutch of tackles. Beath. Precious looking to offload, and Sean Wayne getting in the way there so that any pass back would be picked up. So Hunslet moving the ball on the last tackle. And finally kicked downfield. A good tackle there from Brook on Alan Tate. More enterprising stuff from Hunslet. Jim Fallon coming back to help out, just getting wrapped up, and Leeds forwards just strolling back. Malloy. Mike O'Neill. Taking play up to the 20-metre mark. Schofield. Short ball to Sean Wayne, just driving it out, Leeds up to the last tackle. Back for Tate. It's a high spinning ball. Difficult with the sun in his eyes, but well picked up there by Burrow. Hunslet have a down to number 11 going off there. Steve Lay trying to bump him off. Let's kick downfield, and Alan Tate will have the luxury of being able to take his time, bring that back. The referee's blown for the scrum. Number 11, that's Paul Rees coming off. It'll be Keith Bell on the Featherstone Rovers player that'll be coming back onto the field. Speed. Up and dump there, that's good tackling from Manley in good way. And Andy Precious. Bell taking over the distribution role. Jim Fallon. A bit of space to run in Fallon. That's quickly closed down there by the Hunslet cover, and Strong taking play up to halfway. That's a good run from Fallon. And you lay the round of applause there from the crowd. That was good play from the winger. Ball. Too hard for Alan Tate. And bouncing off his chest. And Roy Sampson just having a tete-a-tete with Ellery Hanley. Blows. Brook. Steve Lay thinking up there, and Innes bringing him down. Did really well there, Innes. Brook again. Forward pass. And the ironic cheers from the crowd in the south stand. So Aidan ball to Leeds then, scrum. 8 and 9 metres inside the Hunslet half of the field, 20 points to 6 to score. Into the last 5 minutes of this first half, Schofield gets the ball from the scrum. Tate there. Fawcett putting the ball down. So Hunslet in possession, and Hanley back quickly. And conceding the penalty against Fawcett. precious left-footed kick. Finds touch. Sampson, Ian Rose. And that's Mitchell. Play just inside the Leeds 22, and James Lawes is here again, one of those lovely passes, and this time he's bringing Brook on, and Brook tries to go himself, and Sean Wayne bringing him down. Play just on that 20-metre mark. Kelvey. Oh, an offloading there, and Sampson trying to go himself. Play just 5 metres from the Leeds line. Hunslet will look to move the ball out to the right. There are a million players over there to spare. And another try to Hunslet, so Hunslet not taking part in the script this afternoon. Coming back there, a good try. Andy Precious, I think, was the scorer. With the kick-off. Lowes. Hunslet will certainly be full of confidence with that. And Lowes now breaking down the middle of the field, and a timely tackle by Schofield, and he stood in the tackle there, and Maskill knocks that ball back towards his own line. Malloy. Schofield again, trying to push men off. Sean Wayne. And Hunslet tackling like tigers now. It's good to see Hunslet not overawed at all by coming to Headingley this afternoon. Know that Leeds, well, that's a lovely ball from Gareth Stevens, and Alan Tate now. Alan Tate's got men outside him, taking players on. And a knock on there, adjudged by Mr. Crashley. So again, Leeds move breaking down with the line in sight. Hunslet aware of the fact that Leeds probably a little anxious for a win this afternoon. So scramble form inside the Hunslet quarter mark. 40 minutes gone on the clock now. We're coming up to half time. Penalty there, given at the scrum. Hunslet 6 of the first half, winning the penalty 63 in the scrum, 62. So they've had a plethora of possession, but on the scoreboard, the statistics that really counts, Leeds 20, Hunslet 10. Knock on there. In fact, there goes the half-time outer. Leeds leading by 20 points to 10 with that tries to Fallon, Schofield and 2 to Hanley. 2 goals from Gary Schofield, and the Hunslet tries to Mitchell and Beath with a precious conversion. So half-time score here at Headingley, Leeds 20, Hunslet 10. So Hunslet about to get this second half of this first round Yorkshire Cup game underway. John Smith's, of course, the season sponsors of the Yorkshire Cup. Hunslet trailing by those. 10 points to 20 here in good way, running from deep and bumping men off straight from the kick-off. Hanley goes himself from acting half. Stevens finds Mike O'Neill. O'Neill making good ground there before he's brought down. Working a move there, that's bringing Steve Malloy on the burst. Sean Wayne Leeds using the forwards to drive away from the danger area to the last tackle. Hunslet winger has dropped back. Alan Tate running with that ball and finally getting a left-footed kick in. She's picked up by Steve Lay's opposite number, and Lay running backwards but pumping men off, and Innes chasing him and doing well there to bring him down. Jim Fallon just strayed offside. So the first half penalties going 6-3 to Hunslet. And the scrum's 6-2, and that's tackling there from Colin Maskill. Well fired up for this game. Oh, knocked down there and gratefully picked up by Leeds, by Carl Gibson in fact. And knows himself. Carl Gibson has a run, spinning round in the tackle. Stevens working a move there up to Gary Schofield. Short balls for Steve Malloy. Bartliff bringing him down. Tate goes from acting half. Striding out, Alan Tate. That's a lovely ball inside to Maskill. And Maskill losing the ball. It picked up by a Hunslet player, and finally Richard Francis trying to bring the ball away, and Gibson and Gareth Stevens has lost the ball in the tackle. And the Hunslet skipper there complaining, as he did in the Leeds Cup final, the Epworth Cup final. That ball had been wrenched. Penalty there to Leeds at the scrum. Hanley playing the ball quickly to Schofield. Schofield bumping men off and going himself. O'Neill. Leeds using this short side. Sean Wayne. Hanley. Tate. Oh, Gibson there. Sliding in, that's going to be a try, is it, to Carl Gibson? That's a try. To Carl Gibson. A bit of a strange decision there from the referee. In fact, he's not given a try, he's given a scrum. Penalty to Hunslet at that scrum. So Leeds denied in the early minutes of this second half. Sampson. McElvey there. Again thrown over, that's good tackling from Andy Goodway. Lowe still managing to get that ball away. Richard Francis, he's got some pace. He's got the legs on Hanley and he's coming inside Tate. This could be a try for Hunslet. Oh, and a great tackle from Alan Tate there. And Hunslet coming away now, Brook. And Bartlett's in at the corner. Hunslet starting as he left off, scoring the first try of the second half and moving that ball out wide there. Well, James Laws did tremendously well to get that ball away. So 45 minutes gone, and Hunslet certainly heading back in style in this game. A lovely move there, full into the field, Richard Francis. Looked to be a great tackle from Alan Tate to stop the try, but Hunslet moving the ball out wide. They'll need to score quickly to settle their nerves down. Phil Bordeaux, a substitute. Oh, that's a good tackle from Innes. The crowd behind Leeds now as James Lowes again. Oh, and Leeds split wide open again there. Lovely pass out the tackle from Lowes. And here comes Steve Lane, the line. On. Good tackling there, stopped Keith Mitchell in full flight. Hunslet really heading back now, Lowes again. Picked up by Carl Gibson. And gratefully picked up by Carl Gibson. Referee waste play on now. Hanley goes himself from acting half-back. Mike O'Neill. The crowd in the South Stand below having plenty to say. Sean Wayne. Schofield finds Steve Malloy. Steve Malloy, nobody in support of Steve Malloy on the inside again. Good way. Gareth Stevens, Hanley now, Leeds moving that ball away, Hanley. Pushing men off. Fawcett's put the ball down there, lovely ball from Melanie Hanley. That's a good tackle on Lay there. So Hunslet certainly trying to play some football now. Kept it tight in the first half and now suddenly realised that they could be in for a shock here. But not with play like that. And Stevens feeds the ball, takes the tackle, offside there. Against a loose forward. Keith Mitchell. So Leeds on the attack once more. Schofield finds a good touch there. 30 metres from that Hunslet line. Sean Wayne quickly reduces that to 20. It's a good strong run there from the prop. Steve Malloy, move on here with Gareth Stevens, and that's good tackling on Gareth Stevens. Wrapped up man and ball. Mike O'Neill again. Innes. Malloy. Stevens will find Schofield now, and Schofield jinking, going himself. Looking under tackle, Sean Wayne, oh, he's put the ball down. And the referee will take the first knock on. The referee signalling that's a Hunslet head and ball. James Lowes at his will feed. Sampson. Sampson again, moving play from acting half-back. Trying to catch Leeds short down the middle. Lowes. Brook. Not a good ball. Jim Fallon's kicked on there and that's handed possession back to Hunslet. Sean Wayne in heavy there and Andy Precious. Lowes. Tackle on Keith Bell. In fact, that's C and Rose. Difficult to see in these Hunslet shirts, the numbers. And Hunslet playing some attentive football, keeping that ball moving. Kick sends Alan Tate scurrying back down towards the touchline side, but he's managed to keep that in. He'll bring that ball back and he'll bring it back with yards, Alan Tate. And finally a good tackle bringing him down, but he'd made a lot of ground there, Alan Tate. Beating men. Fawcett has a run himself. Hanley. Oh, that's good running from Hanley there. Strong running with purpose. Maskill now. That's a penalty there. Hunslet holding down, not letting Ellen Hanley get on with playing the ball. Leeds will use this kick to take play deep into the 22. That Schofield's kick finds touch just outside it. In 20-metre zone as it's now. Maskill. Sean Way now, 10 metres from that line. What can Leeds do? Looking to move on here. Got Stevens in position as first receiver. And Fawcett bumps men off. Alloy. Switching play, that's good play from Stevens. Good way on the burst. Sean Wayne, that's better play from Leeds. 5 metres short now. Hanley in at half. Maskill sends him away. Schofield. Good way. Tate. Innes stretches himself out there and gets over for the try. And Fallon in support, so Leeds, the last making the ball all the work. And Innes, who had Fallon to spare outside him, went over for the try. So that puts a little breathing space between the two teams, and Leeds and Hunslet now find themselves 10 points in arrears again, and James Laws about to kick off. So again, moving that ball, looking to move to Gibson. Gibson taking it up from acting half, getting a roll on, going through. Striding out, Hanley in support, couldn't get the ball away. Maskill spots the gap, ducks under Roy Sampson's tackle. And Mick Waddle. Sean Wayne. That's good running from Sean Wayne. He's got Hanley with him. And a good tackle, cover tackle coming across and getting Hanley. As Leeds look to be putting something together there. Tate tries a chip over. Gets the ball himself, he's got Innes with him. And Innes knocked in a touch there on the last tackle. Couldn't get the ball away inside there to Jim Fallon. And a good tackle from Steve Lay. Forcing his man into touch on the 6th tackle. The referee was about to give a scrum and has decided to give the handover, which is the correct decision. Rose is knocked down, that's good tackling. And Leeds will try and keep Hunslet now, pinned down in this quarter. Oh, and a missed tackle there, and Hunslet coming away again there. That's the number 11, Paul Rees, back on the field. Penalty given away, not allowing him to play the ball quickly enough. The penalties have gone 9-6 to Hunslet. And Rees is injured. So Andy Precious then will kick for touch. And try and put Hunslet further up the field. John McKelvey. Good tackle on Rose. Oh, and that's a good tackle from Mick Waddle there. Collared him, Brook. And Brook injured as he goes down there. like he's injured his knee. No, that's good, better tackling from Leeds, keeping Hunslet penned around this area. And the kick coming in downfield, and Wendell take that towards the touchline side. Does indeed. So that's a good kick for Hunslet. Stevens now with the ball in his hands, feeds a scrum. And tackled immediately there by James Lowes. It's only Leeds' third successful heel of the afternoon. And he bumps men off there and ducks under some rather high tackling again. Ante. Oh, that's good play, Stevens. Innes. Fallon. Back to Innes, that's good football. And Steve Leigh coming back and doing really well there. Covering Bartlett. Gareth Stevens, drawing men, bringing Alan Tate on, that's better play. Mick Waddle. The ball is slipping from Mick Waddle's grasp. As he tried to loop the pass around the man. Paul Daly making a switch, number 10 coming off, Ian Rose. He's had a good game this afternoon, solid game. And Keith Bell coming back on. That's a good tackle from Kyle Gibson. Lowes. Straightening up and running straight into Mick Waddle. Suspicion of a forward pass there. And Kilbado just coming down. Brought down below us in a commentary position. Lowes stretching his legs now. Well, if ever the man wasn't tackled then. George Fawcett goes for the interception. Fawcett injured there after he'd knocked on. And a good way, having plenty to say to the referee about that. Or something obviously went on there. Steve Leigh. A penalty given against Leeds there for interfering at the play of the ball. Said that ball had been reached out. Andy Precious. And forward pass straight from the tap there. And that's a bad mistake to make from Hunslet. Stevens wins ahead. Wins the ball. Coming away. Fawcett have a run himself. Knocked in half. Throws out a pass and gratefully intercepted by Bartlett as Hunslet come again now. Precious. James Lowes. Oh, that's a good tackle there from Kyle Gibson on James Lowes. Oh, and Brooks over for the try on the side of the post. A great try there to Hunslet. Leeds cover stretched. Hunslet coming back into this game once again now. So Andy Precious with the kick then that would put Hunslet within 4 points. Successful. Penalty against Paul Dixon for retching the ball out in the tackle, so Leeds again conceding another penalty. And that try came directly as a result of the last one they conceded for the same offence. Yeah, the thump of the ball there as it hits the gantry position. Sampson sensing a famous victory now. McKelvey. Lowe's again, bringing Brook. On Brook stretching out there but not being able to beat Hanley and Gareth Stevens. Hunslet going the wrong way as far as they were concerned. The men all stretched out on this side and nobody out there in support of number 11, Paul Rees. Bell, that's a lovely ball from Bell. Steve Lee in the line. Bartliff stretches out again now. And that's ball's picked up gratefully for Leeds by Sean Wayne. Leeds stretched again there by Bartliff. Innes. That's taking play over the 20-metre mark. Fallon will have a run himself. Almost breaking through. That's good running there from the winger. Dixon. Steve Malloy juggling with the ball. Still managing to stretch out in the tackle but can't get rid of the ball. Good way. Changing the direction. Leeds using the short side. Bodo there. First of the ball, Gary Schofield trying the chip. Push back there, that's a forward pass a mile there and Sampson's away. Brook. Oh, and a good tackle from Carl Gibson and needed as well there. From David Brook and Hunslet again now. James Lowes looks for support. Hunslet within 10 metres and could have shot beyond the cards this afternoon. Hunslet using the short side, they've got men to spare, bringing it back in the middle. And Hanley accepts for Leeds there. And Leeds certainly putting themselves under needless pressure. String of penalties and drop balls. Nick Waddle. Fawcett. Schofield opens his shoulders there and goes himself. He's got Tate with him, that's good play. Fallon now, that should be a try to Fallon. Fallon sits himself on the line. Oh, and he's just lost the ball. Just didn't have the legs on Richard Francis there, Tim Fallon. The Leeds now must make the most of this play in the 22. Keep Hunslet pinned down here and not allow any mistakes, allowing Hunslet to take the ball away. Fallon disappointed with that. Mitchell, and that's the last tackle, and the ball will go back for the kick. James Lowes it is. Decides to run it, goes himself. Richard Francis puts the ball down. Last play to go on, Paul Dixon. Steve Malloy. Getting over the advantage line. That's good running from Malloy. And the crowd behind Leeds now. Schofield. She's men off, goes himself, gives it to Tate. Tate straightening up. Stevens. Dixon. That's a forward pass, that won't count, will be brought back there. Dixon had forced it outside him, just tackled short there. So again, Leeds missed a chance to probably wrap up this game. Only the 4 points in it. Lowes comes away himself from the scrum. It's the 11th scrum. Hunslet winning the scrums 11-4, and the penalties 11-6. Tackle from Schofield on Brook, pushing Hunslet further back. Just knocked dead there as Schofield went for that try, and Schofield asking if he'd got the try. The referee says he didn't. I think really Gary Schofield knows that he didn't get the try. That's enterprising stuff from Schofield there. Keeps Hunslet penned down here, and the dropout will ensure that Leeds are back in possession. Hanley taking that ball up as he's done all afternoon, still managing to beat men. Malloy. Keith Bell with the Cumberland trip there, Cumberland throw. Tate goes himself from acting half, dancing, weaving, gets up to the 20-metre line. Hanley finds Schofield, and Schofield looking for the short pass. Mike O'Neill. Innes, but Innes is well wrapped up there by Burrow. Schofield again. Stevens steps. Again Schofield tries a chip over this time, and he's blatantly obstructed there. The referee says that's no try, it's a tap on the 22. And we'll keep saying the 22, very difficult. I'd only got used to call it the 22 from the 25, and suddenly we've knocked another 2 or so yards off it. Dixon. Paul Dixon, that's going to be a try to Leeds. Well, difficult to see what really happened there. It looked like the ball had been stolen in the tackle by Paul Dixon, but the referee and the Hunslet players complaining bitterly now about that. But Dixon scored the try, and that's probably going to wrap this game up for Leeds. So that makes Hunslet's task all the more difficult. They'd have to score twice. And James Laws it is, will be kicking off. Mick Waddle looks to run that ball out from behind his own line, and does so really well there, gets over the 20 mark. Steve Malloy going himself from acting halfback. Mike O'Neill. Sean Wayne had a good game this afternoon. Sean Wayne been on all the time, has been swapped about in the last few weeks as substitute, but this is had a first full 80 minutes. And Mick Waddle. Back for Alan Tate. Alan Tate steps Sampson. And comes away down this touchline side. He's got Fallon with him now. Tries a chip over. Well, that finds a good touch there. That's good play from Alan Tate. Means that the scrum will be much further down field, and Hunslet have all that work to do to get back up there. And Alan Tate already a firm favourite with the South Stand crowd, and a penalty there awarded against Leeds at the scrum. really precious. Kicks up again towards our position, and that's not going to find touch. In fact, it finds the safe arms of Alan Tate. Taking men on the outside. Dixon. Well, that's a good play again from Paul Dixon. And Paul Crashley saying that Dixon's knocked on there. So again, James Laws managing to offload that ball in the tackle. Laws again. And Leeds finally look to have learnt a lesson. 3 men there on James Laws, stop him from getting that ball out. Bell. And Innes seemed to have touched that ball, but it didn't look as though Innes had touched that ball at all. Laws again. Reese. Play up to halfway. Laws again now, what can he do? He brings Brook on, that's a good quick hands now, and Hunslet again with Bartliff. Fallon gets Burrow, but the pass forward to Mr. Crashley. So almost up to full time now on Leeds. Wrapped up there, and I don't know how long you have to hold a player down before it's considered to be a penalty. Keith Bell trying to all-man Jim Fallon there. And I could tell you the tale about Keith Bell all-manning David Young once, and if anybody wants to talk to me sometime, I'll tell you what it's all about. Fawcett knocking on there again with the line wide open. Good play by Leeds, and that looks like Schofield injured in the middle of the field. The man of the match just announced, but I couldn't see who that was over there. I'll keep my eye on the scoreboard, see if I can find out who it is. Could have been Alan Tate, actually, with the cheers that are coming from the crowd. And Alan Tate now offended there. But completely missing the ball with his hands and his legs. And Ellery just telling people to settle it down. So Leeds have a scrum then that would enable them to attack deep in Hunslet territory. Tate finds good way and he can't take the pass, and Hanley finds Brook before he can get into his stride. So a game littered with mistakes is finally drawing to its conclusion, with Leeds going through into the next round. And a good way taking a bang in the tackle, but just waving away the physio as Hunslet come again with James Laws. Bell, Brook, up to the last tackle now. The ball could go back for later, put the kick in, but Precious kicks. And the ball touching Vince Fawcett, but it doesn't really matter because that's the end of the game. 28 points to 20 then, Leeds progressing into the next round of the John Smith's Yorkshire Cup. And just run through the scorers for you. It was Leeds who looked to be making all the early running with Jim Fallon's first try on 6 minutes. And Schofield had another one 4 minutes, 2 minutes later to make it 8 points to 0. Hanley had a try in 17 minutes, and then Hanley had his second on 25, both converted by Schofield. It was 20 points to 0, and Leeds looked to be getting 50. But Hunslet had other ideas. Mitchell had a try, Precious converted, and then Beath had a try on 38 minutes, and we went in at 20 points to 10 and half time. Just Schofield and Hanley just having a chat there as they're going off the field. And the second half started with Hunslet scoring first with Barcliffe. It was 20 points to 14. Then Innes had a try to Leeds. It was 24-14. And then Hunslet back again, looking as if they were going to cause a shock here. Brook scoring, Precious converting, and that's how it stayed for a while. And 10 minutes later, Dixon appeared to steal the ball in the tackle. The referee saying he got it fairly. Busted his way over from 35 yards out. It was 28 points to 20. Too far out for Gary Schofield to convert. 28 points to 20. That leaves here the statistics. Well, the penalties. They went 12-6 to Hunslet, and the scrums 13-5. So leave you then with the news from Headingley. A very spirited display by Hunslet. They'll be finishing up Leeds as winners here. 28 points to 20. First win of the season under the belt.
Yeah, that's what we were looking for. It wasn't exactly how we wanted it today. It was a bit disappointing. Just had to be in the changing rooms after the game, and you'll see that everybody was disappointed in the way we performed today. It is a win, and that's how things start. Get a run now and get some good games under our belt.
Have you found it difficult settling down at Leeds?
No, not really. I said to Doug when I first got here, the quicker to get us across to Leeds and settle into the city, the better it'll be for me, training with the lads. So, it's slowly coming together. In patches today it was there, and then we let it slip again with our silly mistakes. So, the more mistakes we cut out and keep performing as we are, we can start winning big games.
You've been working hard over the last couple of weeks to cut out these defensive errors.
Yeah, well, we've had to work. There's a lot of things we had to work. It's just slowly coming into the game, and I suppose now, we worked in defence a bit last week, but we'll have to work even harder this week. And it'll just have to keep going and going until we get it right. We have had a job getting the side together, and now that we've got it, we've got to start working on these things.
You've been unlucky with injuries at the start of the season. Injuries to Gary Mercer and then Andy Gregory obviously upset the pattern of things.
Well, Gary's was rated as one of the best forwards in the world, and I think he is. And it was a bad blow for our pack. We need him in the pack to help Ellery out wide. So we've just got to get by till he comes back. And then Andy Gregg, of course, well, he was our playmaker. Gareth steps in and does a good job. But, Andy was running the show in training, and we were all around Andy. So it's knocked us back a bit, but I'm sure that Gareth will do a good job.
In today's game, difficult opponents like Hunslet come in here, and they always raise the game when they get to Headingley.
Yeah, well, any team now, I think, this is what we've got to realise. I got it playing at Widnes. When they play, a big team, it's at Wembley for them teams now. And we Leeds have just got to get used to it. The crowds are all shouting, the money team and things, and the pressure's on us all the time, so we've just got to perform.
Just one last thing, you're happy to be at Leeds?
Oh, I'm very happy, yeah. Things will happen. It'll come, definitely.